signature flavor, it would have to be pumpkin. And my Halloween pumpkin bundt cake, well, it is wickedly good. And don't worry, you haven't missed anything. Yes, I have a bundt cake in my hand, but I need 2 for this recipe. So I'm going to set this one aside to cool and start my second pumpkin bundt cake. So let me start off with my 1 cup of unsalted butter that I'm going to cream just to soften it up a bit, make it a little fluffy. I'm going to measure 1.5 cups of sugar into my butter and 1/3 cup of brown sugar. There we go. Now I'll beat this on medium speed until it's smooth and fluffy while I break my 4 eggs into a dish. Add my 4 eggs into my butter. Perfect. Now I'm all set to sift my dry ingredients. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, my baking powder, 2 teaspoons. I need a teaspoon each of cinnamon and ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I like this cake recipe because it is really quite simple. But at the heart of it, it's got to be the pumpkin. I'll measure out 1.5 cups of pumpkin puree. So what I do now is I add my dry ingredients and then add the pumpkin. Now I add the pumpkin puree all at once. There we go. Now everything's combined. And now a little something extra because it's Halloween. 1 1/3 cups of white chocolate chips. I'll just fold those in. A big cake recipe like this is best baked in a bundt tin because the hole in the tin allows the heat from the oven to get into the center. It evenly cooks the cake. I've greased it and floured it. That way I know it will turn out of the pan nicely. And then I'll just dollop this in. What I love about a pumpkin bundt cake is because of the pumpkin, it stays moist for ages. Now to bake a cake like this nicely, I first start by heating my oven to 375. And I pop the cake in and let it bake just for 5 minutes at that temperature. Then I reduce it to 325 and let it go for an hour.